Eric here with TeamEccenTrick, bringing you guys another dual commentary video. This time it's me on the right playing Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON, while Tom on the left here is playing his ABC Invoked. This matchup came up recently. It was actually the same night that Nick filmed his Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON deck profile. He obviously is playing the more competitive version. I'm actually playing the full Thunder Dragon engine. As you will see, I'm also not playing Second Light in this build because this build kind of built on the spot just after I got the good Danger engine, so it was kind of one of those things. But as you can see here, I believe I'm going to be going first. So I reveal the Danger Jackalope, shuffle up the hand, and obviously you can see he rolls for it. And I discard the Thunder Dragon Hawk. I want me to special summon the Jackalope. Then after that, I normal summon the Battery Man Solar and send the Thunder Dragon Roar, I believe it is. And then after that, I use the Hawk and I special summon the Roar, and then obviously I get the effect of Solar, getting a token, and there's my first Saryuja. So I go Saryuja 1 and Roar 2. So Roar special summons a Dark. And then Saryuja will allow me to draw, and then Saryuja's other effect on a new chain to increase Roar because it is a mandatory effect. So I draw 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I can obviously put 3 cards back to the bottom of my deck. And again, I'm not playing Sekka's Light in this build at the moment just because I didn't have them on me at the time, so I kind of just replaced them with the Allures of Darkness that I was playing at first in my original Thunder Dragon list. But after that, I go into Colossus with Dark and Dark Effect to search. And I search the Matrix. And I increase, obviously, the... After that, I use Saryuja's effect to summon out the Eclipse Wyvern, and then Eclipse Wyvern link into Alpi. And then after that, I banish the Chaos Dragon Levineer off of Wyvern. After that, I use Alpi's effect to special summon the Diabolus from my hand, and I use a Diabolus' effect to tribute the LP, by the way, and spin 1 card back to his deck. Sorry guys, I know I'm kind of slow on card names and things like that right now. I just woke up literally, so we're doing this right as I woke up. After that, I banish 2 to special summon. And then I banish 3 to special summon the Levianeer I just added back. And then after that, Levianeer's effect. And so now I have Thunder Dragon Duo, Chaos Dragon Levianeer, the Diabolos, Colossus, and the Saryuja, and then I overlay into the Zombie Stein. And from there, I fusion into another Colossus under the Saryuja. So now, basically, I have 2 Colossus, a Zombie Stein, and a Saryuja. And then after that, he goes to do something and he scoops it up. So that's game 1. Obviously, you can see that the dangers just add an element of just absolute ridiculousness to this deck. Just being able to, throw up the biggest board possible and just vomit out these big monsters that all prevent my opponent from doing things. It's kind of honestly, it's overly oppressive in my opinion. But you'll see that Tom's deck has a few tricks of its own. Again, you know, I mean, obviously I'm not playing in this build, or in this particular version, you know, it was kind of a, you know, a thrown together build. He activates the terraforming. But yeah, my build was kind of just thrown together, because again, I didn't have the Sekka's lights on me, I didn't have a lot of the stuff on me that I needed in order to build the version that I wanted. But, you know, obviously I did just recently, literally at that point, pick up the Danger engine, the good Dangers, you know, the Jackalopes, the Tsuchinokos, and the Nessies, and things like that. You know, I had just got it, so, you know, I wanted to test it out, and I decided to just play with the Allures of Darkness. So, he activates Union Hanger. And he adds A. And ABCs, in my opinion, are still really good in... I mean, it's generally just really good in any normal summons Lone Fire, and he activates Lone Fire's effect. But, ABCs are just good in general, in my opinion, just because, you know, being sent from the field to the grave just allows them to trigger their effects, and they're not once per turns, so you can just keep going with the plays as long as you can, you know, do that. And then he special summons the Predaplant off of the Lone Fire, and then ditches C, and then searches off of Darling Tonya Cobra for the Brilliant Fusion. And there's the one copy of Brilliant Fusion. And he sends the Trick Clown off of the Brilliant Fusion, as well as the Gem Knight. And there's the Giraffe Knight with the additional normal. And then there's a Trick Clown for 1,000. After that, he activates his Magical Meltdown. Now, you can see it's kind of playing a lot of engines in this deck, and that the thing about each and every one of these engines is that the majority of them don't really brick all that often. Like, for example, I mean, you know, the Invoked engine does not brick at all, so it's not like he's going to draw a Garnet off of that. However, the only engine that I see that could brick him potentially is a Brilliant Fusion engine, but he does have the Lone Fire Blossoms with the Predaplant engine, but now he normal summoned the Invoker, as well as linked into Saryuja, which allowed him to go into his plays. Saryuja really is just a busted card, honestly. I mean, it's so easy to get the resources you need on board in order to get Saryuja to function, especially if you're playing the Danger engine. It just literally free Saryujas. So after that, he sends his 3-back sets to Saryuja's effect to special summon Gold Gadget, which allows him to special summon A. That he overlays into Dweller. Figuring the Dweller is at least a way to stop some of my plays. I mean, it is a pretty strong card against my deck. So setting it up first turn is definitely, you know, some kind of a precautionary measure. And then after that, he fusion summons into the invoked Mechaba. And then he adds back the Alistair as per the usual. And then on my standby phase, he detaches, and I set 1, and I go the Danger Tsuchinoko. So I ditch the Tsuchinoko, and Tsuchinoko doesn't get its effect because of Dweller. So I activate Thunder Dragon. It was literally a -1 with the Tsuchinoko because of Dweller, and that's the thing about the dangers, is once Dweller comes out, you're really hoping you don't hit any dangers. So I normal summon the Battery Man Solar, attempting its effect. And there he negates it. So then it gets banished. At that point I ditch Hawk, attempting its effect to special summon Thunder Dragon. And so I usually increase the Thunder Dragon, and then I'll fusion. And go right into Colossus, and then Saryuja increase. And then he goes bottomless, so I banish the Thunder Dragon. After that I go Dragon Matrix to increase. So it goes from 29 to 34, and then I go to Allure of Darkness, and then I banish the Thunder Dragon Roar, and then Roar's effect. Special summon Dark. And then I fusion summon. Or thinking. So I attack over the Mechabo. After that I attack over his Gold Gadget because Dweller's defense is too big for Dark. What I probably should have done is just gone to the second Colossus, but I didn't want to lose a resource with Dark going to the grave under Dweller. It would not have been a plus for me in any way. But now his Gold Gadget summons a Silver Gadget from the deck. And then I go main phase 2, and I should have done this beforehand, but you know, obviously me trying to be greedy and get as many adds and pluses as I can, and then I go into Colossus and pass turn. So after that, he detaches off Dweller, takes 1,000 damage, special summons the Trick Clown. He overlays again. This time he goes into the Vijinte Tsukuyomi, and then Saryuja increase. He detaches, discarding to draw 2. And here he links to. Goes into Cerberus, and then he goes effective Cerberus. Discard to target, and I banish. So I banish the Dragon Matrix. He activates Pot of Desires. You can see basically Tom's just trying to clear out my Colossuses and extend his plays, but it's one of those things where, you know, outing Colossus is not easy if you're only going to be trying to destroy it. And obviously he has I think he has the capability to go into Buster, but I'm not sure. But if he does, obviously he can clear my Buster out. But now I believe he uses Saryuja's effective special summon Silver Gadget, effective Silver Gadget special summon B. And this is where things get a little gross for me, I feel. I think at this point he does have the materials to go into Buster, and then he can just clear out my shit. Now obviously he can't search because he has Beyond Board, so I'm assuming he'd link with it in an attempt to get a search so that he has a card to discard for ABC Dragon Buster, but then again, he can't search. However, he does already have a card in his hand, so that's definitely something I have to keep in mind. The moment Buster comes down, one of my Colossuses is getting banished. There's no doubt about it, so there's really nothing I can do about that. However, in order to maintain as much card, or as much board presence as possible, I need to be able to make sure that the bigger Colossus doesn't get targeted. But there's really nothing I can do. I mean, the moment he summons that Buster, I mean, he has the out for at least one of my Colossuses, this turn. So, so he link summons again. He goes an Underclock Taker. He goes Underclock Taker, target the Cerberus, and target the Colossus to decrease it. After that, he links again. This time going into Borlo Dragon. However, he can't do that. He needs 3 monsters in order to do it. So he just uses the Cerberus. But so now he has Borlo Dragon. And then this is where pretty much I think it's game over. He goes, yeah. So he goes into Buster here, and this is where pretty much it's game. I mean, he can steal my big Colossus, and then he can banish my small one, so there's really nothing I can do there. So I scoop it up there. Now we're going to game 3, and this time I'm going to go first. So one thing about the Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON deck is it has to go first. There's really nothing you can do about that. It's way stronger. I mean, it can go second, given your opponent doesn't have too many disruptions. But if your opponent has a disruption or a negate or something like that, you have to play through it. It's kind of difficult, given you don't have all the good resources in your hand in order to play through. That's one thing that Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON I feel actually does lack a little bit, is the capability to play through certain things, especially Droll and Lockbird. If you Droll and Lockbird a Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON as soon as they summon a Danger monster, it's over. Unless they have some weird way to get into Colossus that's wonky and weird, that it's not conventional. The game is over pretty much. But so we're power shuffling, and as you can see, again, my build isn't really complete. I mean, I had some of the stuff on me just because I had it in my binder and whatnot, but I didn't really have like Sekka's Lights and things like that on me on my person at the time. So playing Allure of Darkness really wasn't also optimal. I mean, obviously, I will be bringing you guys a deck profile of mine for Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON soon, but again, it's not even going to be that competitive. It's not going to be like, a competitive build like the most recent one that I uploaded, the Nick Cordulis build, only because I play the full Thunder Dragon engine except for the Matrix. I actually cut Matrix, but I activate Allure of Darkness. So we're going into game 3, and with Allure, I banish the Dark from my hand and use Dark's effect. So Dark add the regular Thunder Dragon. As weird as that is, I have plays that can center around that card. So use Hawk, special summon the Dark, banish to special summon Collapse Serpent, and then I normal summon my Phantom Skyblaster, getting 2 tokens. That right there alone is already really, really strong. So I link summon into Link Spider, link 4 into Saryuja. And then I go Saryuja 1 and Collapse Serpent 2, so Collapse Serpent will resolve first, allowing me to add the Wyver Burster. And then after that I do the draw 4 and put back 3 effect off of Saryuja. Saryuja honestly is really honestly kind of a crazy card in just and just the way that it functions. I mean, honestly, I think it really should go to 1, if not even banned. I mean, it's that strong. But after that, I banish a card for Wyvern Burster, and then I link summon into GUARDRAGON LP. And then Wyvern Burster gets a search. However, I can't use the Collapse Serpent. But now I attempt LP's effect. Special summoning the Eclipse Wyvern. Link the Eclipse Wyvern into Pisty, and then I use Wyvern's effect to banish a level 7 or higher lighter dark dragon from my deck until Wyvern is banished from grave. I banish the Diabolos. And after that, Pisty's effect, special summon the Diabolos from Banish Zone. And then Diabolos effect, tribute a dark monster, and then take a card out of my opponent's hand. So I tribute the Pisty, and put 1 card back into my opponent's deck. After that, I link Saryuja and Diabolos into Agripane, which is, in my opinion, the most busted card in the GUARDRAGON engine. So now Agripane special summons Crystal Wing. I'm still thinking on how I can set up a bigger board, because obviously one measly Crystal Wing is not going to do much. So I banish 3, and here comes the Chaos Dragon Levineer, and Levineer's effect. Spin 1 more card back from my opponent's hand. Figuring that I can neg my opponent as much advantage as possible is probably really strong. I will say I do like Nick's version of the deck where he's playing the Neo Space Connector, which I'm considering of putting in, but I'm not too sure, just because all it does is really just take cards out of your opponent's hand. Granted, it is good against Droll, so that's definitely a pro of the engine, but the con is that it's too you're investing your normal summon way too much into it, I feel. But yeah, link 4, and then after that, I already used the effect of Dark this turn, so I couldn't remember if I used it, but either way, I remembered, and then I draw 4, send back 3. But back to the Neo Space Connector and like little tech engine. I feel like it is very, very good, very strong and competitive play. But I use Saryuja's effect, special summon the Roar, and then effect special, I use Roar to special summon the Colossus, and then Roar effect, special summon Matrix. And then after that, Saryuja increase the Matrix, and then I go into another Colossus. And then Matrix obviously gets the search for the other copy of Matrix. Banish Dark into Light. And here comes the Dragon Duo. So then there, I overlay Dragon Duo and Colossus into the Zombie Stein, and then that, I believe, is my ending board. So then I pass turn to him. Normal summons Lone Fire Blossom. Tributes for the effect. I use Crystal Wing. I figure, wasting his normal summon. He activates Brilliant Fusion, and then after that I use Zombie Stein. And I negate the Brilliant Fusion. And then after that, he scoops it up. So that's a game with Thunder GUARDRAGON, whatever, Danger Thunder GUARDRAGON. Again, my build in this particular video is just very suboptimal because I'm playing the Allure of Darkness, and I'm playing like the Dragon Matrix and things like that. However, I have been working on my build, so I will be bringing you guys that as well, and bringing you guys more duel videos. I have more duel videos featuring mermails and featuring this deck, and I have even Salamangreat and all kinds of stuff going on. I just have not really been. I mean, I've been posting content actually a lot over the past week, and I hope you guys have been watching that. But other than that, Eric here with TeamEccenTrick, and I'm signing out. Rate and subscribe, leave your comments and ideas in the comment section below, and don't hesitate to give us respectful suggestions on content you want to see. Eric on behalf of the team saying take care, and TeamEccenTrick out.